Hey, welcome back, and thanks for joining us today as we welcome back to the show CEO Cliff Emmons. Cliff Emmons is the CEO of ITOX. The company's traded under the ticker symbol ITOX. Great news out this week. Let me give you the date line, March 29th, 2022. ITOX Inc. signs NDA with EU electrical technology original equipment manufacturer. So, Cliff, this is a big PR for your company, and it follows a string of big PRs for your company. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like smart manufacturing industry 4.0 is going to be a fertile ground for Oxys growth. Give us some more color on this, if you will, Cliff.
Absolutely, Stuart, and thanks for having me today. I would say I couldn't agree more about it being a fertile ground for growth for us. And the reason why is just the size and the scale and the growth of this market. In the actual article, I talk about the Industry 4.0 market segment. It goes by many names, including smart manufacturing. Its worldwide market size was $64.9 billion US dollars in 2021, and it's expected to grow to 165.5 billion USD in 2026. Huge growth. That's a CAGR of 20.6. So again, this is what you need to do: is you need to tap into the markets that are the largest and the fastest growing for high rate of growth.
Well, Cliff, it sounds like this potential partner has some exciting technology. And again, excuse me, pertaining to this sector, tell us more about the partner themselves and their technology and how your plans are to sort of leverage and synergize with this partner.
Absolutely. We couldn't be more excited about this particular partner. As I mentioned in the article, they have decades of experience in the electrical and electronic component, as well as like electronic systems technology and products, is definitely focused on the automation industry, which is in the sweet spot of smart manufacturing and Industry 4.0. They're known for high quality, they're known for robust products, but more importantly, they're also known as innovators. And that's why we were so excited to hear about the valuable sensor technology that they're developing and how they're bringing in outside partners like Oxys. First and foremost, we were very excited to hear that they're integrating edge computing capability actually within the sensor format itself. This is definitely one of the trends in the industry we see, and it's so important because what it does is it allows for distributed computing of AI machine learning algorithms right where the data is being collected, which means true real-time insights flowing from the source of data. Also, it's the actual type of technology that we're very interested in because it plays squarely into the smart manufacturing area, and that's the idea of power measurement. Now, obviously, you have the good news that it helps track your carbon footprint and really track energy consumption, but there's more to it. One of the things that's not discussed a lot outside of the very specific industries, but within smart manufacturing, power quality, exactly how good and how clean is the power coming in from your local power grid, and how you manage that factory power and distribution is a key component for stability and high quality manufacturing. So that's one of the key aspects that this type of sensing technology will enable. We're also extremely interested relative to its application to machine health and predictive maintenance, because these types of power measurement can really help us get down to the actual component health level, both in electromechanical components as well as electronic. And when you do that, when you focus on predictive maintenance, you minimize downtime, and that increases productivity. Finally, we also believe that we're going to be able to push this technology to advanced insights, to the point where we can actually begin to monitor tool wear and optimize tool wear, which is really the holy grail of optimizing process efficiency, especially when it comes to CNC machining. Furthermore, the fact that you have that local edge node capability means the potential to also take other sensors that are on the machine, such as acoustic sensors, accelerometer sensors, that we are used to deploying in these types of applications, and combine them with the power measurements and still be able to do the local processing and algorithm development. But wait, there's more. There's also the idea of the smart updates that can be deployed remotely to the actual site, where you're updating the algorithms, because you're able to, as time goes on and more data is collected, you're able to perfect those algorithms, they learn, and you're able to then redeploy these back down to the real-time applications. And that's something that's been mirrored in other industries for quite a while. For example, Tesla cars are updated overnight with new software. Medical devices, for some time now, their software has been updated remotely and securely. So this is really just deploying best practices from other industries here. Furthermore, we think that this application is going to help us go into other industries, including building management and power and energy management. So exciting technology for us to be tapping into here.
Well, we could definitely get your excitement. It was, but wait, there's more. I almost found myself in an infomercial for a minute there, Cliff, but there's so much great information to unpack here, and listeners, I want to give out, again, ticker symbol ITOX, but dateline of the press release we're talking about, March 29th, 2022. And in that press release, Cliff, you refer to several different industry reports that tout some of the AI and ML, which is artificial intelligence, machine learning practices that corporate leaders today are leveraging. And I want to know, Cliff, from your perspective, how then can Oxys help their small to medium enterprise clients, that's SME clients, leverage these same best practices as the MNCs do in these different reports?
Absolutely. So again, I just really want to emphasize those points about these several industry reports. And that is that, as usual, it's the larger corporations that tend to benefit from these best practices first, because those are the companies that the large consulting groups such as the McKinseys, the Gartners of the world go out and tap into. And it's also the ones they want to work with, because they can arrange these seven-figure contracts with them as they deploy these best practices. So the point is that small and medium sized enterprises, while they can begin to understand insights from these reports, and I'll give you one example of them. So I mentioned before that there are sometimes when when you look at the difference between leaders and laggards, one of the things that the leaders do is one of these best practices is the idea that they're focusing on similar key use cases, especially when we talk about the topics of manufacturing and operations. And again, as I mentioned earlier, predictive maintenance is one of the overlaps that we see consistently as a key use case. Also, this idea of process optimization, because it ups the productivity of a particular process and overall the entire plant. So the point is that while these large consulting groups don't usually want to bother with the small and medium size enterprises, this is really in the square spot of where Oxys lies, because we are also a small and scrappy growing company. So they get to work with people like us. The other point is that there's many types of opportunities where using things like federated learning, in other words, the sharing of data, but also partitioning so it still stays sequestered with each company, but you can still benefit to develop advanced algorithms by combining those data sets. So it's these types of opportunities that we can deploy to small and medium sized enterprises and really help them get the same benefits that a large multinational could.
Well, this is great color that you've provided us today on your news, Cliff. We appreciate your time as the Chief Executive Officer. Any closing thoughts for us before we wrap up this interview?
Sure. I'm just going to hit the highlights that I think are important to everybody. So number one, smart manufacturing and the Industry 4.0 market segment is a lucrative and growing market. And Oxys has plenty of capabilities to grow in this area. Secondly, sensor technology, especially that integrated with edge computing capability, is going to be key to deploy our AI and machine learning algorithms so that these small and medium-sized enterprises can benefit from it. And we have another key factor is that we have the partners to help us be successful in this. And finally, I just want to say there's this positive impact to the clients, so that we're excited that because of the successful proof of concepts we have, we can be working with these small to medium-sized enterprises and help them get the benefits that these large multinationals do when we see these large industry reports.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us, and it's been a great run this year, 2022, for ticker symbol ITOX. Look back into January, this stock was trading at half a penny. They are well over that, 100% gain so far here in 2022, and the price of the stock, the volume's gone up, the interest, the activity, and I think a lot of it has to do, Cliff, with your availability, the fact that you come on and you unpack these press releases, you add this color to these press releases. And listeners, I really would encourage you, or viewers, I would really encourage you to get in touch with the company on their social media. We help out with that here at smallcapvoice.com. Any questions you post to them on social media, I can guarantee you they're going to make it directly to Cliff. We'd love to do an entire segment that was just Q&A, answering these shareholder questions for you. So really take the opportunity, engage with this company. Cliff, as always, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Stuart.
All right, for Cliff Emmons, CEO of IIoT Oxys, this is Stuart Smith of smallcapvoice.com saying thanks so much for tuning in.